one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Okay. Francis, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
Perfect. We have no guests tonight, so with that, move into correspondence and public participation. This is the point of the meeting for items not already on the agenda. Items not on the agenda will be provided to the board by the clerk and superintendent at this time. Do we have any public participation or correspondence? Okay. 4.01, new business. Classified.
Pull this up on my phone.
Yeah, I had to restart it.
You want me to tell you who's on there?
Sure.
I think these should probably go separate anyway because they're not rehires, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one you have on there is Ethan Emerson, route bus driver. Yeah. Are you recommending that?
Sure, I'll recommend Ethan. Ethan comes to us. He's got all his certifications and everything he needs to get his bus driver endorsement, and he's ready to go. He's helping us this summer already, and looking forward to getting him in the fold, and he'll take the lane bay route number 2, and he'll be the full-time right driver for that. That way Zach will go back and be with maintenance, but when we need a substitute driver or whatever, Zach's ready to go.
Cool.
Okay.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Ethan Emerson for route bus driver for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board? Francis?
Aye. Oops, did you hear me? I said aye. Okay.
Eric, Mark, do you want to speak to that one at all, or just go?
You can recommend her. I'll pipe up a little bit.
Okay, I'll recommend Danielle Walker be the high school secretary for the 26-27 school year.
Okay. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Danielle Walker, building secretary for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this?
Just a great candidate, lots of energy, good personality, little experience, but quick learner, checking the references and stuff, picks things up really fast, and should be a good face of the school. So great. I'm excited about it.
Good.
Terry Ball.
Terry?
Sorry, just a quick question. Did Scott say high school?
Building.
Building secretary, sorry.
Okay, I just was wondering. Thank you.
Thanks, Terry.
Where are we? Just don't know where we're putting her?
No, she's going to be placed in middle school.
Oh, middle school. Gotcha.
I was on the interview committee. So
Good.
check
Okay.
the part, see if that works.
Perfect.
Good.
Any other public? Any for the board? Francis?
Aye.
Rita? Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Okay, I'd like to recommend for the 26-27 school year, Nicole Campbell for food services, 6-hour position.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Nicole Campbell 6-hour food service for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public opinion on this? Any for the board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye.
Tiff, you want this now? Yes, please. A little bit more detailed. Thank you.
I'll drop the ball on her.
Not me.
Gonna wheel you into the fire.
Okay. Should I proceed?
Mhm.
All right. Next, for the 26-27 school year, I'd like to recommend Shauna Sessions as a district paraprofessional.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Shauna Session, district paraprofessional for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this?
I do. I'd like to thank Shauna for 3 years in the classroom. She's doing an outstanding job. She's just out of time. She is scrambling and working for her degree. She had some tangle up with credits being accepted from Bill Knife and stuff to the other college, so she's a little bit further behind than she had planned on. But she is still digging and gouging and working on her credits to get her teaching cert, and I can look forward to that someday down the road.
Good.
She's working at it.
I'm glad she's still gonna be with us.
Yeah.
She is.
Okay, any further board? Francis,
Aye.
Sabrina.
Aye.
Tiff.
Aye.
Aye. Is that it on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to extracurricular?
Yep.
4.02,
Oh, Barb said she's at the door.
the lock.
Doors are locked.
They're still locked?
That must be. They were locked when I got here. 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
give them a second.
Can I try it?
You're in.
Did my,
What about me?
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Me?
you just didn't do.
Board docs gave us some trouble
I
this
did.
morning.
We'll talk to you
Took a while. Was it Google?
Close your agenda,
I
please.
was like, we sitting there, board docs until like 1 o'clock, 1:30. That back in
Where did he ask us to do
this?
Yeah, he asked us to do this. I did it last meeting when he was like, it's going.
When I last meeting.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's okay. Mr., you're making these extracurricular?
Yeah, I'll bring them up. And if
And we need to do them one at a time.
Okay.
summertime, you know, never know.
I almost messaged you.
Found her. I did message her.
Oh, you did?
And then she's like, I got the door.
Now we're ready to start.
Alright, so this is 4.02. Okay. Extracurricular. I guess Mr. O is gonna take these.
Yep, okay. I'd like to recommend the extracurricular hire for the CHS assistant football coach for the 26-27 school year, Jeremy Brett Emmons.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Jeremy Brett Emmons, CHS Assistant Football Coach, 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this?
I just want to say that I'm glad I'm not on the interview side of Rich, because he has them draw plays on the board. What would you do with this situation? Explain it to me. And it's kind of an intense interview.
Wow, Mr. Slater.
I'm just saying.
Hardcore.
My true colors, sorry.
Whoa, true love. Now, Rich, wasn't he a head coach though too?
Yeah,
In the past?
so he was head coach, brought him in, we've hired him. Last board meeting was sped position. He's excited to have him on board if y'all accept him, and he'd be a great addition to our staff.
Thanks, Rich.
Do you have a second? Did you say?
Me.
Okay, good, okay. Okay, I have a motion and second. Any public comment? Any further? Any board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Barb?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Peterson?
Okay, I'd like to recommend for the 26-27 school year, Michelle Peterson, FBMS Hope sponsor.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Michelle Peterson, FBMS Hope sponsor for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board?
Yeah, well, Michelle interviewed, she's very passionate about the position, had some good ideas. I think she'd be great fit for it.
Perfect. Perfect. Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Barb?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to recommend for the 26-27 school year, Stephanie Crook, District Special Olympic sponsor.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Stephanie Crook for District Special Olympic sponsor for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board?
So when we interviewed Stephanie, we just it seemed like she was called to it, asked her what she wanted to do. She's like, I don't know, but I just feel that like I need to do this. There's going to be a lot of work involved to get it, and there's a lot to figure out. I know Jen's going to help too, but Stephanie's going to do a great job bringing this to us and moving it forward.
Good. All right, with that, Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Barb?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to recommend for the 26-27 school year, Bill Bridge for the CHS Assistant Football Coach. Other one.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves Bill Briggs, CHS Assistant Football Coach for the 26-27 school year.
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board?
Just talking to Bill, he's got both experience in football. I know he's coached here before and taught here. Excited to, if you all would accept him and hire him, he'd be a great addition to the staff as well.
Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Barb?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye.
Does that round out your coaching staff?
That's the coaching staff, yes, ma'am.
Perfect. 4.03, transportation routes.
Yeah, those
All right, so you've got some information there. I got some more to hand out with you. We had a meeting last week. Today, Zach and Robbie and Tara and I went and drove both routes. I'll explain this as I give them to you. As of today, the routes in red crossed out. I feel like we should eliminate these. This is due to either students not in the district or graduating or what have you. The times, the routes will determine at another time or another day. This as well, this is for the Ashland route. The time has been changed due to Davenport's moving a little bit, about half a mile north of where they were. So their pickup drop-off spot will add an extra minute to this route that will be taking to the county next month. You have the rest of the information. I don't know if you have any questions about it. The one route is for bus drivers, and they'll have one bus driver. Not planning on doing that. We plan for that. We plan to continue 2 routes that we have, and I don't see any major changes necessarily other than those shown on the handouts.
What's that meeting?
The 14th at 9 a.m.
We've been to that yet. This is pretty good. It's right here now.
Not there. Not fair that week. Sorry, don't you-
You don't be there. Perfect.
My kid shows
Go ahead,
up there.
Francis.
The 14th,
Okay, I
remind
was
me, I'll
just-
go. There's 2 of us, so.
I was just checking to see if the handout is the same as what's uploaded to the docs, or to our board docs.
So this one's different because again, today we went and drove the route, so
Oh, the red.
Yep,
Okay.
red. So this is not in the board docs, just need to be introduced to it, I guess.
Okay,
But if we went by each stop, if they weren't picking up kids, or if somebody graduated, or somebody transferred out, and there were going to be no children at that stop, then we were going to eliminate it, and the times will change accordingly, not by much.
Sure.
okay, cool. No, I'm glad you guys got out there to see it in person. That's cool.
Do you want to know what changed?
What was that?
Do you want me to tell you what changed on it?
Oh yeah, please do.
So the morning route of the TAS bus, the Kluver spot or stop is gone. And then the afternoon route for that one, the FBMS drop off, high school only is gone. The Kluver route again, and then Tough was changed to 5276 Tongue River Road. And then on the Garfield bus, all of the ones listed in red have been, just have a strike through. So that's it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the transportation routes for 26-27 school year as presented to us in the meeting.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any public opinion on this? Any for the board? Good job. It's always evolving and changing. Yeah, I get it. So, Francis,
Aye.
Sabrina,
Aye.
Barb,
Aye.
Tiff.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. 4.04 student attendance agreement.
So we have an application, FD14 for a student attendance agreement, which I have presented below here, the policy and the application, so we should go ahead.
Yes. With right privacy, we need to go into executive session real quick, so we'll be right back. Put this meeting on hold. this meeting's back in order.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the minutes from executive session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Francis,
Aye.
Oh, I wonder, did she hop back on there?
Mhm.
Okay.
She's still here.
Francis,
Yes,
Oh.
I'm here.
we're just, vote on the minutes.
Oh, aye. Sorry.
Fine. Sabrina,
Aye.
Barb,
Aye.
Tiff,
Aye.
aye.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the FP14 student attendance agreement for student 524 as presented for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. With that, I'll move to the vote. Francis,
Aye.
Sabrina.
Aye.
Barb,
Aye.
Tiff,
Aye.
aye. All right. Simple. This will move into the work session. Facilities and transportation. Who wants to go first? I know you're dying.
Yep, Robert.
Started taking our buses in for their yearly services and DOT inspections and all that. Last Wednesday, we got everybody up that could go to get their yearly safety training, janitors, maintenance, summer workers, anybody else, a couple of kitchen ladies. Then I got the quotes that you asked for to do those bathrooms on here. I recommend the solid plastic partitions. They have a 25-year guarantee, and they're going to be the hardiest and put up with the most functioning.
Then which ones are those for? Up here? Down here?
The academic wing, upper and lower bathrooms.
Okay. Do we have money, Brittany?
Yeah. I'll find it. Yeah, we've got some, we talked about using some of the Nextera funds. Is that what you guys want to use for those projects?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But it's under your amount that you can approve.
Just get it done.
18,400.
Perfect. Yeah, good. Good. Rich, anything to add? You're kind of went through your transportation stuff.
Well, I mean, we hired Ethan and we had our meeting. I don't know if you want me to go through activities and athletics, but everything for transportation we've already talked about.
Sure.
Do you have all coaches hired for fall?
All the football coaches hired, correct? Activities, close up went to DC, the January, March, April, May 30th through June 8th, and they came back, from what I understand, they had a good time. At state golf, boys team finished 7th, Dawson Beatty, Drew Beatty, Cody Bradley, Heath Krebs, and Dylan Wilson. The girls team finished 9th, Griffin Cox, Maddie Dudley, Tyler Kurtzman, Taylor Telly, Emery's Violet, and Caleb finished in 8th place in state in golf. In track, in divisional, Audrey Bell took 6th in the triple jump, Tracy Jensen took 5th in the 200, Keith Saville took 3rd in the 3200. The 4x14 took 7th, which is Keaton Sample, Robert Blanchard, Blake Toscano, and Tracy Jensen. And then Blake took 5th in the triple jump. At district, at state, Keaton took 4th in the 800. He took 7th in the mile, and he took 5th in the 3200. Also, we had Robert Blanchard playing the Class B All-Star game Saturday, June 13th. In Red Lodge, talked to him, said he had a great time. Did some returning and got to play defense a couple series and made some show we were made play and everything, so he was super excited about that. Went to the Class B summer meeting in Big Sky, the 7th through the 9th of this month. You've got everything we talked about here in the documents. If you want me, I'll go through it. It's quite a bit, or if you just want to ask me questions, they're there. The one thing I will say is that I found interesting is they said flag football will become a sport in Montana in a year or two for the girls. It's the fastest growing sport in America apparently, and in Montana as well. And when they talked about how they're going to balance that Title IX, they think they're going to also add boys flag football in the spring. So you have girls flag football in the fall and boys flag football in the spring, according to what they said at the meeting. So they said they got 39 teams already, and they said as they get more teams, travel becomes less and less, and I guess it's really popular.
Okay.
I don't see that document.
I don't either.
Did I not send?
I just have your first page of like your overview.
Summary.
Oh, okay. I thought I said it. Maybe I did. I can get this to you all, or I can make copies before you leave. Let me introduce it.
Just send it back out.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll do it.
Okay. Policy.
Yeah, been asked if we would take a look at considering a rolling admission for out-of-district student enrollment requests to policy 3141, which we have a deadline for people to apply for out-of-district by the first Friday in April. So some school districts I know do once a month. Sabrina was the one talking to me about it, so you might have some ideas that you want to bring up, how that might look.
Yeah, I just thought, this law went into effect a couple of years ago, and we were very strict about how we enforced it based on what the regulations were at the time, but we knew we'd have to kind of mold it to us. And I just think that, we have that drop dead deadline. And then what happens if people move to the area or situations change for people? I just want to have a little more flexibility. And so some of the stuff I found with other districts was like they had a priority deadline, and that could be our first Friday in April. So if you meet the priority deadline, then you're first come, first serve with that first group, basically. And then we could maybe get rolling admissions once a month through maybe, I don't know, August 1st. Or I don't know how long we would need to plan, but the same stipulations would be in place. If a class is already full, we can't accept you. So if second grade's full, we can't take another second grader. If there's discipline issues, we can't accept them. But that would just give us a little bit more flexibility for just weird situations that come up. And then I also saw that other schools will do like a spring semester deadline. So like spring semester deadline, November 1st, if you want to start mid-year. And we don't have anything like that in our policy either. I just didn't know how you guys felt about that, how admin feels about that, but I just would like to have it a little more open for people to apply.
The deadline to OPI is June 30th. So my deadline to report out of districts to OPI for tuition, so other districts can budget for what they're gonna have to pay. And what we budget on what we're gonna take in is June 30th.
Mhm.
So
But we don't get that money anyway.
we did get it.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Okay,
We did. We got all of it actually this, finally.
good.
So we can still do April, then you got May and June, right?
Yeah, I just would like it to be more flexible.
Bart, you look like you had some,
I do.
And
I actually have reservations about the mid-year one, to tell you the truth. Because when you have a student taking, let's say, Algebra 1, and they're in a different school that's maybe not progressing at the same pace as our teachers are and our classes are, and then they come in, then you're impacting all the other students in the class second semester while you're trying to catch them up, do whatever you need to do, or it could be the other way around. They could be ahead coming in. The circle of schools over in Lander was invented by Ivan Small to curb exactly this. Too much school hopping between the kids. It's not educationally, I feel, what's best for kids. When you're moving mid-year, you take somebody from out of district and put them in the elementary school, it's the same scenario. You're potentially trying to catch that kid up. So I would really consider, I would think very hard about a mid-year one. The summer one, I don't have issue with at all. I think that's something that we can totally do. But when you allow for a lot of changing and kids to maybe follow a coach or a successful season that they're trying to get involved in that program, it can be substantial. It can be substantial.
That would be
That
my
makes sense.
reservation with mid-year.
Makes sense.
I just want to add on to him, what he said about the mid-year, as far, especially with the mass testing goes. We have had students that have moved in district mid-year, and when they move in the week before the end of the mass deadline, we have to go in, they get rostered to us, and then we have to go in and do all of that testing in that week. Or they might have taken tests that we have scheduled for the third window, because that's when we're gonna teach it. But they took those first window, so the tests that they're taking, our teachers aren't actually teaching at that time. So then it becomes a intervention or catch-up time in that, but that will affect our numbers.
And I would support, life or circumstance changes kinds of things, exceptional things, of course.
Yeah, if they move in
Yeah.
for whatever
Right.
reasons, there's exceptions.
Exactly.
But we don't have exceptions in our policy. We have a deadline. The only exception we have is if their parent gets employed here.
Right.
There's no other exceptions.
Is this a time to bring up class sizes? You're so dead like.
Sure.
So what are the class sizes recommendations?
Our strategic plan, we want to have our classes be 70% of what the state max is.
75.
75% of what the state max is. And the reason why we set those is because we have a lot of kids that come in that move into district. And so we mostly hit those max numbers.
We leave a buffer so we can accept those kids,
Which kid, above the 75%?
yes,
If they move in
if
districts.
they move into district.
Well, hasn't there been some problems with that?
Moving into district?
No, those kids out of district. Like if we haven't hit the state level, why would we reject a kid or kids?
We have to follow our strategic plan.
Which seems kind of obnoxious to me. Quite obnoxious. Like, who do we think we are to say, oh, we'll only do 75% of what's allowed? Because this was changed. Our class sizes were changed quite a few years ago when we had more teachers, more students, more money, and we could afford to get our class sizes down.
We changed those, this board changed those numbers. We put those in the strategic plan. Because in August, we would get an influx of in-district students, and we'd be scrambling to hire teachers because then we were over the max capacity for the state.
Why would you get an influx of in-district students in August?
They moved here.
We do, yeah.
It happened Bart's first year, kindergarten, we added a teacher, and then this year we were right on the line of in-district students, so there was really no wiggle room.
And if you're over that, then you have to hire somebody into the classroom where you're out of compliance.
So we leave
there are
ourselves some buffer room, because we usually get, like you said, we're usually at max by the time school starts.
So that,
But if we didn't have that buffer room,
Right.
then we're turning kids away.
but if you have the buffer room, then the school board decides who gets let in and who doesn't.
Yeah, we did what, 2 people this year didn't get in? Because of,
Wasn't many.
yeah, and it wasn't because of class size, it was, I think, most of it was due to incomplete
Applications.
applications.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because we have to accept the in-district, so basically
Right,
there's
yep.
that room left there, a few kids.
The buffer is
25%
for in-district students, not for other.
in district,
It's
yeah.
for in-district
in-district.
students.
Yeah, so we have room for them to come in
Because we have to by law service in-district students
Yeah.
or hire more teachers.
or hire more teachers.
So it can be tough.
What do they do in buildings where they've got class sizes that are over the state?
And you have to bring in a para to be in that classroom.
Is that what they're doing?
I don't know, but we can do that.
Again, it comes down to hiring. It's tough to hire in August. Most of the teachers already signed their contracts. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I get the rolling at the beginning of the year for sure. I do agree with the semester.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that when I was looking at those.
Yeah.
But I would like a little, maybe a little more.
Until like the June 30th deadline, like Brittany was talking about, or what are you thinking?
I honestly thought like August 1st, but
I have to have them all to OPI
June
by June
30th.
30th.
okay.
So
June 1st,
June 20th?
June 15th.
well, you have to have them into a board meeting, and then you have to notice them that they're going on the board agenda, right, for an out of district, and then, so, yeah, I'm not really sure how you want to do that, if that's,
Well, it's not something we have to do right now either, but it's something I think we can certainly talk about.
Because we could just keep our deadline and say that's the priority deadline, but we will accept applications
Until
June 1st.
June 1st. Or until they're full.
Yeah, well, that's what the priority deadline would be, I think. Like, if you get it in April, you're more likely to get a spot.
Right, but if you
Then
get it
later.
in like in May and they're already full,
Then
That's too
then
bad.
it's too bad. Yeah. And I think the elementary is where we really see our max numbers,
Yeah,
because we can be more flexible in high school. and
I know
middle
what
school.
Barb's talking about, because those upper levels you could be.
Yeah.
And you can get more kids in those classes, yeah.
Mhm.
Because they allow, I think it's a 25, and we allow state 30. I can send it to you. I'll get it to you. But yeah, the lower grades gives us more trouble. But the policy's for all grades, so that's kind of the, the catch.
Yeah.
Difficulty.
So could we bring that back for consideration to approve?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to get a draft of that then, like with June?
Sure, and if there's any more input from like your admin team that they would like to see.
Yeah, because I've heard the sports thing, we talked about that, and following activities being a problem. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are people that move into the area around us that want to come here too, and they move late.
Mhm.
So I get that.
Yeah. And then also, I didn't know, right now, the appeal is Lisa Blevins, county superintendent. Do we have to do that, or can we have our own appeal process?
So this is what I understand about the appeal process.
Okay.
Lisa can either approve that appeal or deny it.
Right.
Or she can just say, she sends me a letter.
Okay.
Says, Steve, what do you want me to do?
Okay.
So there's one I need to talk to you about with Scott, and I kind of talked to Tiff about. I'll mention it with the rest of the board, see what we want to do on that.
Okay.
So
So it still would go to her, but then
Still
sometimes
goes
she
to her.
refers back to us?
she can defer back
Okay.
to us.
Okay, good.
So
I just don't like us being cut completely out of that
Yeah.
decision-making process.
I think some of those appeals to her are pretty cut and dry when it comes to transcripts, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some ones that she's kind of like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and she throws it back on me.
Okay,
So we just had a conversation about that earlier, so.
okay.
So my first summer, she threw one kind of back on me as far as meeting with her and the county attorney and
Yeah,
the reasons, and we're looking at it, so it
okay.
goes to her, it has to go to her legislatively, but then she gets to do those things like Steve said,
Okay,
how she approaches each one. And they seem to be a little bit different depending on
Yes,
the issue.
it's all different. I had a pretty good conversation with her about it, so.
okay. Good. I just wanted to make sure we weren't cut
No.
out of that process completely.
I think most, like I said, most of hers are gonna be pretty cut and dry.
Okay.
So, if not, she's gonna kick it back.
Thanks.
Yep.
Terry.
Terry,
Hey, Steve, I just had a question. So I know that the deadline for out of district is what it is right now, but so if somebody was to move into like Lame Deer in May, is it still closed to them if they have moved, or?
they could apply. if we extended that to June 1st,
Mhm.
they could apply, but it would depend on where we're already at with our enrollment.
Okay, but right now, if they move in, they can't. It's just closed and we're done.
Right now, we're done for this year, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
This coming year.
To Lane Deer, like if they move into out of district.
So, okay. It's worth looking at, for sure, so. Tech. Other than I can't log in.
You can now. If you try it again, you can get it.
I know it's not your fault, it's Tiffany's fault, she never informed me about doing any of this
Yeah.
stuff.
Nothing new. The Category 1 ISP project is still moving forward. We're just waiting on range and one vendor, and then we're good to go. Got some working with Lumen, our phone guys. Today we had a meeting with them. When we move all that over, talk to them, and
Okay.
we'll be good to go. We'll be officially fully active, hopefully before the end of July, more likely. Other than that, we're just keep on trucking. The one thing that's not on my agenda that I have to ask, and I don't know if this is appropriate or not, there was a bunch of items on the obsolete list for last year, as in like Chromebook cases. I'm able to use about 120 of them this year that are like brand new that we put on the obsolete list last time, 2 years ago, 24, 25. I'm curious if we can reuse those instead of having to spend over $5,000 on Chromebook cases.
Yeah, I mean,
They just don't have any value to us anymore on the
Yes.
books, but you can use them.
Okay. Because I know that they technically have to go to the garbage, because technically as a board you voted on to take them to the garbage, but they're brand new, and I don't want to have to spend,
Resurrected from the garbage,
pretty much.
form out garbage can.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
wouldn't go back on an asset list.
Yeah.
And it'll save us over $5,000
Cool.
this year.
That was a really good question.
absolutely, we need to.
$5,000 question.
Okay. Yeah, anything else?
Nope.
Perfect, I'm all logged in too, so whatever you did, good job. 8.01, Ms. Noser.
I'm a little nervous about this, I gotta tell you. Mr. Otrumba asked me to do the Title VI report. So a lot of it is already what was on last year's report, just because I am still learning how that's all working. The one major thing that I did change in there is I rewrote our goals so that they're measurable and that we can determine, kind of put a value to them. The biggest ones I stuck with academic achievement, our cultural identity and awareness, and college-bound students. As far as the K-5, we've got a new assessment, so I don't really know what that's gonna look like as far as goal-wise. The MAST, when I did the report last board meeting, that below proficiency number was really, really big, and I would like to see that decreased. So I'm not necessarily asking that we move them all into the proficient, but we at least get them out of that below proficiency and reduce that number for both ELA and math. NWA will be a 610, and we want to increase that by 5 percentile points as far as our average goes. And then the ACT, I just want to close the gap. Right now, our average, our current average is 17.5, where the national average is 19 to 20 points. So hoping we can make some of these changes with some modifications in our Tier 1 instruction. Cultural identity, I would like to see us bring in at least one speaker for each school to talk about substance abuse, violence, attendance, mental health. The powwow will count as one of those cultural experiences, but then we'll bring another one in. I would like to work on have our district work on attendance. And the other thing that we kind of found when we did our Title VI grant was, we had not had a Native American parent meeting like we should have, partly because Derek was gone and I wasn't on board yet. So I'm gonna work on getting a committee together for that so that we meet at least once a year, hopefully maybe even twice. And then our college-bound students, we had talked to the JOM committee about having somebody come in and work with our students to fill out the FAFSA form, the high school, at that high school level. And so I'd like to kind of start tracking to see how many of our seniors are actually going to college or going to a trade school or something like that. So that was my last one there. So and I did put some next steps in there as far as we definitely want to increase that, filling out that application. In addition to that, what we have as far as our instructional programs that are listed in this, we've already modified some of those. We've taken some of those programs out. So next year that will look a little bit different as far as what programs we're using in that tier 2, tier 3, and then also in our enrichment program. And then on the back there, they have the teachers have listed all their activities they have done that relate to Title VI, to the IEFA.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just throw in Bart did help out with the JOM meetings, made sure some of those things happened, and Katie and other admin have really been, from Brittany to me to whoever it has to do with these programs. She's been looking at how many use them, how many do we need, which ones do we need to cut that aren't really being used, and already with her heading it up with other team members, saving us quite a bit of money. So already getting streamlined, and I just really appreciate what everybody's been doing to do that. I'm very conscientious about what our kids need and what's good for them, what our teachers are using. Thanks, you guys.
Who are the cultural speakers that we've had this past year?
I don't, I know there was one that came to the high school and one came to the middle school.
Jordan Tomaz, was that his name?
I feel like that sounds familiar.
Or what culture? Is that what I'm asking?
Who's native?
Both of them?
Yeah.
Have we thought about going to other cultures?
No, I mean.
I think that's the goal of what we're talking about. We
Yeah.
know we've needed to, and we haven't. So I know Katie ran all these by me, so they're written down, and we'll be strategic about planning them so that it does happen.
I think we need to search. One huge culture that's in Miles City and our ranching community here is the Scottish.
I knew you were gonna say that, yeah. I lived in Mount
We've
City.
never had those dancers here. I've never seen them dance. And then this summer we were at something in Miles City and the bagpipe guys were on Main Street. It was so cool,
They're good. Yeah.
so cool. And they're in our area.
So on these committees, people are gonna have a say in these things. So that's what we've been talking about quite a bit, get some of these things off the ground. So I know I've been reading some articles and some of my just leadership magazines and get them to our crew and gearing up towards getting more involvement from our community, from looking at our senior profile, what all kids need to do to graduate, all the way up on some things that just haven't happened. So I think you're right where we're at to get more.
Well, not only
input.
that, when we only have Native American, I think the kids feel way to death, stuck out, and they kind of want to be left alone
I've heard that.
sometimes, but there's so many other cultures that are just as rich.
Francis.
Francis?
Oh, yeah, no, thanks for expressing your concerns. That's one thing Bart also, I talked with Bart about too, is like, we need to express every culture within our school because it creates our community. But I'd also like to just say, Katie, great job. And any way I could be involved with like any type of college application processes, things like that. That was one of my former careers, was getting student scholarships, signed up for college, basketball, all that. But yeah, looking forward to what's ahead.
Thank you, Francis.
Give me a call, Francis. It's a little garbled, yeah.
All right, sorry.
I have another question. Is there a place now where students can go to get help with their FAFSA?
I don't think so, but it was,
Jewel had
There was
been
a
doing
thing
it.
with
Jewel
high
had
school.
some of it.
Had done some.
But the tribe has offered to send somebody up a couple times to.
Well, I know students who don't have a parent
Right.
and they didn't get help, from the school. That seemed kind of.
No, that's why I wrote that goal, because I know it was mentioned at JOM, and I really do think, we do know we have some students who might not have that support system at home, so let's.
Well, do we have people from here on the JOM committee from Colstrip?
Yes.
They have a hard time. They've asked me. I'm not native. And they say, well, come anyway. We'll send you to Chicago. I don't want to go to Chicago. They're looking for people, and not easy to get Native American people.
I'm hopeful that we can, with our Indian parent committee, which is what they call it, that we can somehow get, and I'm gonna personally call some parents and be like, would you be willing to serve on this committee? We do have to have a parent be the head of the committee that's gonna sign off on our forms for our Title VI grant. So I'm hopeful that we can try to get some together, and then maybe
What can you do to entice people to serve? Because it's been lacking in the past.
It's not just here, it's the same way.
Yeah, those are really difficult, but Katie was in my office actually today talking about that, what she's saying right now.
She was in his office.
She was in
Oh,
today
yeah, I think
discussing
it's-
parents she knows, just these ideas right along with what you're saying to get people involved, so we know it's cool. We know they haven't been, we know our community wants involved, parts of our communities want represented to be heard, so we've been talking. She's not even full-time yet, we know we got our stipend to do it, but she's definitely aware of our needs and is looking to do what you're saying, Barb. So just keep bringing things up that you're saying to us and asking and reminding and letting us know what you know, so we can keep after it together.
I'd be interested to hear what solutions you have. Because so far I've seen parents, because they have kids enrolled here, some of them are quite shy.
Right.
I don't want to do it. Don't want to.
Well, and I feel like that's one thing, like if I can make those personal phone calls and talk to them and say, this is what we're trying to do, this is what we need, then it's not just that blanket, hey, everybody show up. I'm trying to make that connection with them and build that connection.
Yeah, that's what she was throwing out to me today. Sometimes you gotta go to them too. I know Bart and I talked about that a little bit, so.
Go ahead, Francis.
All right, I'm not sure if you can hear me too well. Sorry about that. What I would like to say is, I'm an Indian parent. I would love to be more involved. I know that we did have some communication sent out, but it is like once a year. So that's something we can improve on. And the second thing I'd also like to highlight is the culture of being approachable. And I think that's some good things that we actually have in the works to address through capturing kids' hearts, through our admin leadership team. So again, I'm hopeful, and if you can't hear me, I'm so sorry.
No, you came through loud and clear that time. Whatever adjustments you made, they worked.
All right, great, thanks.
Okay,
Give me too much credit.
we'll get there, I'm sure. So, rotation schedule?
Ooh, okay, yeah, Katie and I talked about that too. She has some ideas, she looked at the policy, and I have it written down over here, but you wanna bring up everything that we shared and talked about?
So when I was looking at this curriculum adoption, I found it's policy 2311, where it says we need to review language arts, mathematics, science, and social studies in an intervals not exceeding 5 years. Right now, we're on an 8-year rotation. So we're not doing what we need to do. So when I talked to Mr. O today, I talked about, we have math, we just did language arts. Well, we did language arts and then we did fine arts.
Yeah.
We have math coming up, which is a big one. And then we have science and social studies. What I would like to do is move health and PE into the same year as science and world language into the same year as social studies. And then we would do CTE and fine arts in the same year. And that would put us on a 5-year rotation so that we were in compliance with that reviewing every 5 years.
With what the state says, right?
Right, and it's what this, yeah, it's in our policy, it's in our district policy, and that's a state policy too, so.
It's fine with me.
What was the last one you said, Katie? You said world language or social studies, and what was the last one?
Career technical education and fine arts would be the same year, so they would be,
29 and 30 for that one. ELA is 30, 31.
yeah.
Okay.
So 29, 30 would be career and technical, or CTE and fine arts, and then 27, 28 would be health and PE, and 28, 29 would be world languages. So we'd get those three kind of back into that rotation of 5.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. So, all right. Anything else? Go ahead.
So since I'm new here, I don't know exactly how much you guys are working on. But I was approached at baseball yesterday by some parents, and they said that Baker, Montana just implemented no phones bell to bell.
I saw that.
And that Bozeman schools have, they have no phones, and also backpacks.
No backpacks, yep.
Are we doing it? And then Bozeman also, which surprises the heck out of me, they have no phones bell to bell. So what are we doing about that?
We currently have, I believe in the high school, no phones during class, but they can still use them in between class and at lunch, before school and after school.
Can we change that
We can look at it, absolutely.
this summer?
Probably not without getting a committee together and getting some input. I would be very uncomfortable making a unilateral decision or something like that. I think that we need to have community input also.
So when would that happen?
During the school year, be implemented for the following school year. It's not the kids you're gonna get the pushback from, I can tell you that right now.
It's the parents.
It's the parents. But you can take phones away from the kids. Kids aren't gonna have an issue with that. Mom and dad are gonna have a big issue with that. That's where you need that.
That's good, but then these other communities must be having pushback too.
Well, I'm sure,
So how are
but
they
I'm sure they
handling-
didn't just do it
Right,
at the drop of a hat.
right.
So-
Well, I'm interested in having us look at it
Take a look at it.
very strongly. And I think, I don't think it's gonna be easy educating parents
Yeah.
on this issue or the issue of eating junk food and drinking junk food, which is killing us in America, period.
Sure.
You know, and I can't get my own grandkids off.
I get that.
When it's rotting their enamel off their teeth and, oh yeah, we'll think about it, Grandma.
Yeah, you can keep bringing those up, and if you want to work on that, to do something with the no phones bell to bell, the work sessions are the perfect place to do that, to keep that up and see what we can get.
So the
I'd be
work
more than
session
happy
is
to work
when?
with you on it.
What's that?
I would be more than happy to work with you on it, because it primarily would be impacting high school, middle school, and I think it's a good thing to look at.
Yeah, I'm all for it. So when would that happen? When's the work session?
We would start next fall looking at it, getting parents together and things like that.
Well, let me know.
I will.
When the work session is.
It's always the second meeting of the month,
Yeah, the work
Oh.
sessions are always the second.
the fourth
Oh, a work
Monday of the month.
session. This
Yes.
was-
Yep.
This
second.
meeting,
Oh,
So
this is,
the first meeting of the month that we have is like our
scheduled meeting.
scheduled board meetings with all of the things that we have to get done for that. And then the second meeting,
This is kind of the committees all into one.
yep,
oh, good. So is this, that happened in August or September?
Well, we would start with parent meetings outside of this work
Yeah.
session, and then we would come up with a plan or a proposal to bring here to talk about
Yeah.
and present to the greater public
Mhm.
from the smaller work committee.
and it could start, we've started discussions like that in surveys before, just to get like a general consensus. Then we post meetings, like, hey, we're gonna have a meeting at September 1st at 5 o'clock about cell phones or whatever.
Something like that, I would probably just leave on the work sessions.
Well, there are whole countries that
Sure.
are banning, and then whole states already in our United States who are banning.
Yeah, I know
So I know our governor
power
tried,
plants that you're not allowed to have your phone, so,
That's great.
yeah.
yeah, it's been looked at. I mean, the governor tried to do it, not this past legislation, but the year before with the $1 million that he proposed. But I think his was for the, lock. Bag,
Yeah, it was the
yeah.
bags that you put them in.
Yeah, I know the state superintendent of schools brought it up to us. I'll have to go back and look where she was at with her discussions too. So, I mean, it's on that horizon, just knowing that the unhealthiness
Yeah.
for kids and the things that happen because of it, like Steve said, but, having worked with high school kids for most of my career, that it is really hard because the parents, I used to be a strict principal with the whole no cell phones. But then it got to be, you kind of, we let up a little bit because the parents wanted to contact their kids. So I did the lunchtime thing, I did the before school, I ended up doing between classes. What I talked to my staff, my parent committees about, it was, well, we don't want them interrupting class. We don't want them being used there, but if you're gonna check it at your locker. I mean, I've seen everything under the sun when it comes to cell phones, so.
Well, it's getting more popular. To not have,
It is, it's taken up, Montana, like you said, even at the legislative level, it's been discussed,
Gary
so.
Perry said he had a bill through last year. It didn't pass.
Yep.
But he said if he gets elected again, he'll put that through again. So,
Yeah,
that would
it's
be
been
good.
out there. I mean, people know the unhealthy problems and issues that happen with those, so. We'll look into that.
That's all for today.
Okay, that's fine. And with that,